Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lamp and oh boy, I think I might have found something really interesting in Black Ops 6 that I want to share with you today in this video. I don't want to hype it up too much, but there is a small chance that there is some relation with what other people seem to think might be the super Easter egg of Black Ops 6 zombies. More on that later. I already posted about this, by the way, on X a few days ago, so if you want to keep up to date, I highly recommend following me on X. Link in the description. But what we are talking about today is chess. Some of you might already be familiar with the game itself, but I'm specifically talking about chess inside of Call of Duty. Now, I think a lot of you might have already seen these. Maybe you saw them somewhere during the steps for getting the Beam Smasher on Terminus, but basically on the northwest island of Terminus, called Temple Island, there are these three stones that all have the same shape and very much resemble a pawn from the game chess. Now, I saw this and I didn't really think too much of it at first. Maybe it's just a coincidence, it looks so much like a chess piece, or maybe it's just a little gag a developer put in. That was until I randomly decided to scour Liberty Falls for some Easter eggs. Apparently there might still be some on that map, so if you want to join in on the fun, I highly recommend jumping into the map with a sniper like I did and just look around. And what I found was, well, it didn't really require a sniper, but I found this gravestone just outside of the graveyard in one of the openings of the fence. In case you aren't too familiar with chess, this stone seems to highly resemble the bishop from the game. Now, I do have to admit it's not a 100% perfect match, but I still think it's undoubtedly supposed to look like a bishop. You have the slim bottom half of the gravestone leading up to the neck that ends into a tip at the top. So I'm just gonna call it like I see it and say this is a bishop. And what really convinced me that this is more than just a strange looking gravestone are actually two things. One, it's the only gravestone outside of the graveyard, as in outside of the playable area. And two, every other gravestone is either a square, round, or the staircase shape, but none of them have a design as intricate as this gravestone. I even looked online for gravestone shapes, and yeah, the ones in the graveyard are all very common shapes, and this one is very unique and just can't be found anywhere else. It also doesn't have any engravings on it, which is of course the thing with gravestones, right? You have the name and dates of the person lying there written on it. And if we go back to Temple Island on Terminus, the one with the three pawns on it, strangely we see a grave exposed, one that looks a whole lot like one of the bigger graves in the graveyard of Liberty Falls. So it's just coincidence after coincidence at this point that really makes me believe that there is something going on here. Now, maybe you're still thinking this isn't anything at all and that we're just kind of seeing ghosts here, which, hey, who knows? Wouldn't be the first time it happens in the zombies community, but that brings me to the theme in Black Ops 6. Quick warning from here on out, spoilers for campaign and zombies, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I guess go watch another one of my videos. I promise they're good, sometimes. Okay, here we go. You see, the campaign is also quite interesting in this regard, since the first campaign mission is called Bishop Takes Rook. Rook is, in case you don't know, also a chess piece, and in this context is the name of the main headquarters of the campaign. That building is called the Rook. And the final mission is called Checkmate, the name of the final move in chess. And chessboards appear multiple times in the missions themselves as well. There's a part where, after a pretty cool action scene, one of the main characters sees a chessboard set up on a chair and moves a white bishop to check the Black King. There's also an Easter egg in the headquarters where you can return to this chessboard on multiple occasions, and each time the game has progressed a little bit further. So we keep seeing chess related themes throughout the game, and that's kind of suspicious, I would say. And I'm also not the only one, thankfully. I already saw some people discussing this on Reddit as well. Now, of course, chess is a strategy game that often is compared to subjects like war, or is used to represent some elaborate setup. Topics that are a big part of Call of Duty in general. But as I played more and more of Black Ops 6, it really seemed that chess as a theme was woven into the game itself. And that leads me to believe that there is more going on here. And surprisingly, this isn't even the first time we've seen chessboards in Call of Duty. I know there must have been some Easter egg hunter out there having some sort of sleeper agent flashback in the beginning of the video when I said chess and Call of Duty. Because all throughout the COD series, zombies, chessboards can be found. Even all the way back in Black Ops 1 Zombies in Samantha's room. And consequently, these have been studied by the community for years as possible Easter eggs as well. Modern Warfare 2 from 2022 even had a chess Easter egg in Warzone. And let's also not forget the impossible Easter egg in Black Ops 3. We talked about that in my Unsolved Mysteries of COD Zombies video, if you want to hear more about that. But basically, the YouTuber SkyteInit has a very compelling theory for it that might also involve something called the impossible chessboard puzzle. Link in the description to that video if you want to learn more about it. But to make a long story short, chess and Call of Duty have been walking hand in hand for years now, and these findings in Black Ops 6 seems to just be a bit too coincidental to not have more meaning to them. But how is this all related to this supposed super Easter egg? Well, in case you don't know, Call of Duty Zombies has seen multiple super Easter eggs, which are basically Easter eggs that span multiple maps. For example, in Infinite Warfare Zombies, completing the Easter egg on each map will unlock the Mephistopheles final boss fight. And people are suspecting that Black Ops 6 is also going to have a super Easter egg, since Treyarch is going very hard with this one to make it a success, and that also means doing something spectacular with zombies. The current leading theory is that the super Easter egg is going to involve the Sentinel artifact, this mythical and powerful object from Black Ops 4 that is now making a return in Black Ops 6. And the main reason is that its outline is etched into this stone on the map Terminus. What we currently believe is that in a later Zombies map, so DLC that still has to come out, we'll be able to obtain this Sentinel artifact and somehow place it back here on Terminus. And wouldn't you know it, on which island on Terminus can you find the Sentinel artifact etched into stone? Yep, on Temple Island, the same island with the 3 pawns. So what does this mean? Well, currently nothing yet. We unfortunately kind of have to wait for the upcoming maps to see if any of this leads to anything. And especially the next one, Citadelle is going to be a major factor in this. Thankfully, the map takes place in a castle, so I'd say that surely increases our chances. If we're gonna find another chess piece on that map, or pretty much anything chess related, it's gonna be a dead giveaway that something's going on here. So the upcoming map could make or break this potential Easter egg. We'll see. We also don't exactly know the colors of these pieces. It seems like the bishop might be a white piece and the 3 pawns on Terminus are black pieces, but that could honestly also just be the lighting in the game hitting it at a certain angle, making it look way too bright or way too dark. As for theories on what this chess Easter egg could eventually lead to, your guess is of course as good as mine, but perhaps in a future map we'll get a chessboard where you have to shoot certain pieces off the board in a specific order, maybe in the order of the map, so first Terminus with 3 pawns, then Liberty Falls with the bishop. Who knows at this point, but it's gonna be a very exciting launch next week when the map drops. Fingers crossed we find a chess piece there as well, and I will of course be playing it and uploading a video of my first time, followed by a review of the map, so if you want to see that, then don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see more Easter eggs like this one, be sure to leave a thumbs up on the video. It really helps out a lot. And also, please let me know in the comments what your theory is. Literally any theory at all. I'm honestly dying to hear your guys' thoughts on this. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening. But for now, bye bye.